I'm having a weird week. I just spent $2,300 on a cat. Yeah, not. You guys seemed very concerned. Not a new one, not a new cat. One I already had. Like a pre-existing. I didn't know how expensive vets were. You know, I grew up in the 90s. There was a rule for house cats in the 90s. You get to go to the vet one time in your life. It's the maximum number of trips you get as a 90s cat. You know, you can go early, but now you're not going late. But now it's, whatever year it is. And my kids are always reminding me, these animals are members of our family. These are my family members. So I have like a long-haired gray niece. And her name is Nico, right? She started limping around the house. Right? I had my normal old man reaction to a cat limp. I was just like, boy, I hope that stops. I sure hope that cat stops limping. I'm not going to do a lot about it myself, but I hope tomorrow it isn't limping. That's how big my heart can get. But my kids freaked. They're like, we got to go to the vet now. And I'm like, I don't want to. It's Sunday, expensive vets are. I hate this. We go to the vet. I don't even like walking into the front door of a vet clinic. They always have like $900 bags of food on shelves. Just a guilt trip the second you walk in. They're looking at you like, maybe if you'd bought some of this, you wouldn't need to be here right now. Like when I go to the ER with chest pains, they don't have a fruit stand in the corner. Trying to sell me like a $90 mango. They just let me sit next to a stabbing victim. And so I give the cat to the vet. He just touches it. That's what they're magical at touching cat. He just touches it. Then he's like, I'd like to do a blood workup and an x-ray and a few other tests. It's $2,300. And you don't have to do it if you don't love your animal, or you're poor, or you're a bad person. And he must have seen the energy on my face because I was really scared of that price. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, you don't have pet insurance? And I was like, dude, I don't have human insurance. Okay, I don't have insurance for the humans in my family. You think I have a 10-year term policy on a toothless gray cat? He starts walking away like I'm poor, like I'm not doing it. My kids are crying. I'm like, come on back. I'm not poor, okay? I have power of attorney on all my dad's accounts. It's a very simple transfer. That's good. I like that. All the younger people laugh, but the older people are like, that's theft! There is nothing funny about stealing from a senior. Whatever, I give her all my dad's money, who cares? The next day, he calls me. Early in the morning, he's like, Sean, I have great news. The blood work came back clear. And I'm like, God, that's a load off. That's good to know. Because when you first see a cat limping right away, you think, man, I wonder if that's a blood issue. I wonder if that's somehow blood related. So that was good to know. Then he said the x-ray did reveal a hairline fracture in his right front leg, but we don't really do a lot for that. I'm like, now's when you're telling me. Now I have an $800 picture of a cat skeleton. Just gonna hang that in my man cave. Just show my friends how rich I am. See that break in the tibia? Unfixable, but we had a hell of a year. Then here's the kicker. Then he goes, I would actually also like him to keep weight off of it for 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'll run it by him. I'll hide the yarn, we'll dim the lasers. See, I think the reason I make fun of vets, I feel like it's the only job in the medical field I could do professionally. For 1 year. Without anybody knowing I was a fraud. I just opened one up right here in Halifax. Shawnee's Vet. That's home of the toonie neuter. That'd be our tagline. That'll get people talking. Or insanely cheap neutering policy. Because you're not treating the animal, you're treating the person. That's the beauty of it. So somebody brings in their dog, they're like, something's wrong with Sebastian. I just be like, nah, he's a good boy. I just touch his head. If he stretches, I'd say big stretch. Just a couple good boys, couple big stretches, one hard ass pat, he's gone. You know? And the owner's like, man, I haven't seen him move like that in a year. I'm like, that's how we do stuff down here at the fake vet clinic. You know? And I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, what if somebody brought in an animal in distress? Now what do you do in Hotshot? You have no medical training. I would do what vets do. Okay, I would flip it to sad mode. You know? I would hold the cat, I would look at the owner, and I'd just say, oh boy, it is time. It's time to say goodbye to Mr. Whiskers. God, I wish you'd brought him in yesterday. Could have possibly done something had we seen him sooner. But today is too late. I don't know how much to put in the needle, but let's go with fill it. Let's fill it. Let's go ahead and fill it for now, and then we'll adjust downwards from there. Because what's really important is that it's dead. That's the primary goal, is to kill it. And then when it is dead, we'll go right to the till, obviously. Not a lot of time for grief here at Shawnee's Vet. Right from tears to tap. That's how we handle it. You know, 120 we throw it in the dumpster, 80 you walk it home. How you feeling? Do you like discounts?